Now we're up to E3, and E3 works directly from the book, and essentially we're going to break this down to assemble it just like a 9-patch block. We're going to take these half square triangles, make them into a square on each side, and then connect them in a row with the rectangle on each end. This in the center, we're going to connect each half square triangle into a square, and then make those squares into one giant square, add the rectangles on each side, so then we'll have 3 rows, and then we'll connect the 3 rows. So here's my pieces. The biggest thing about basting is that you're going to want to make sure that the center pinwheels, and the way to do that is to do all of them the same way. So for example, the yellow ones here, I'm going to do the legs first and then the hypotenuse. And then the black ones I'm going to do opposite, because if I do them the same way, this tag is going to clash with this tag. But if I do the hypotenuse first and then the legs, then this tag will go the same direction, and these will all end up going clockwise in this situation. You can do it the other way if you'd want. In this case, I'm going to do the legs first and then the hypotenuse on both of them, so the tags go away from each other and into the rectangles. So first things first, I'm going to get this first row basted, and then we can get to assembly. So I've got the bottom row basted. The first thing to do is to assemble these half square triangles into squares and then attach them to the center rectangle to form the row. So I've got the squares assembled and attached to the center rectangle. So that's my bottom row. The next thing to do is to work on the center section. So I'm going to baste and attach these into squares first. I'll just do these in pairs here, and keeping in mind that I'm going to make the tags go in this case I'm going to do clockwise. You can do counterclockwise. Just make sure that they all go in the same way so it lays nice and flat. So I got all of these basted. As you can see, I did these legs first and the hypotenuse on all the yellow, and the hypotenuse first and all the legs on the black, and they will nest very nicely all around in a circle once they all get together. So that's why that's important. So next thing to do is to pair these up into squares and to make this into a center block. So I've got these paired up and sewn together. Now it's real easy to not pay attention to how these are oriented. Basically what you want to see in all 4 of these is that each one of these yellow corners is in a different square or a different corner. So like I've got upper left here, upper right here, lower left here, lower right here. So because I had a couple of times I was staring at this and I'm like, I had it, you know, like this or like that, and it didn't, you know. So just make sure that you pay attention to the orientation. And now I will connect all 4 of these to make it the center block. So I've assembled the center square. You're going to notice some dimensionality on it, and you're going to also notice that this kind of sinks in on itself, and it's close to, I mean, it's really close, so that one point is slightly off. But on the back here, I pushed it down and swirled it so that it's got this pinwheel so that it's nice and as flat as possible. When you take the papers out, you'll have to push it back down again. But it's not flat. It's just, it will, when it goes into a quilt, it will be able to get squished down from where it is. So you just, you know, that kind of a thing. That way you don't have that big wad on a pinwheel. But regardless, the next thing to do is to attach each rectangle to the side to finish the center row. So I've attached the side rectangles to the center block, and so now we have the center row assembled. And then I've basted the last row already, and now we're going to assemble these just like we did the first row. So I've got this last row assembled. So with the other row and the center, we're going to put these rows together. Now we're going to have the point of the right angle of the yellow triangle pointed to the corner of the yellow pinwheel. So make sure that we flip this one upside down so that the yellow is pointing inside to the square on each one, and then we'll assemble the rows. So I've assembled all 3 rows, and now my E3 block has been completed.